Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It is Willingness Wednesday. I am your coach, Bvon Squires, and today we are sponsored by Spirit Source Connection. Oh my goodness, guys, I have been just sitting on pins and needles waiting for 7:15 to come so I can jump on here and talk to you guys. Oh my goodness, what's that all about, coach? Okay, well, you know what? Before we go any further, I want to take this moment to thank you so much for meeting me here. If you are new, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. You are in a safe place. Yes, you are. And if you are returning, oh my goodness, you know I couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much for your love and your support. Thank you. I am so humbled to be your coach. Well, we have embarked on a series by Deepak Chopra, MD, All Things Spirituality. If you don't know who Deepak is by now, if you don't know who he is by now, I'm not sure what to say about that, but you are in the right place. That's what I have to say about that. If you have not heard about Deepak and his wonderful explanations about how we interact and connect to the universe as spiritual beings, you are in for a great treat. And the series that we are talking about today and have been talking about is the 7 spiritual laws of success. And today we're going to be talking about the 6th spiritual law of success, which is called the law of detachment. Now, of course, you know, you're going to hear things here that you're not going to learn in school. You're not going to have this as normal dinner conversation. You have to come here so I can tell you about all of these wonderful things about who you are. Because if you haven't heard, you are a multi-dimensional spiritual being and you have supernatural power. And today we're going to talk about how you can detach from your outcomes. You can detach your mind from the results and focus on the intentions instead. And what that does for you, oh my goodness, I can't wait to explain it all to you. Now, if you're the kind of person that has to make it happen, if you're the kind of person that just has to be in control of every step along the way, I'm telling you, this video tonight is for you. If you have to be in control of everything all the time, then I want you to stay focused because we're going to talk about the what, the why, and the how of it all. And let's go ahead and just jump right on in and get started. I want you to hit that bell notification so that you can be alerted every time I post a new video, which is every Wednesday. Please like as you come on in here, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Okay, let's jump on in. Now, the spiritual law of detachment says that in order to acquire anything in the physical universe, you have to relinquish your attachment to it. You have to relinquish your attachment to the outcome, to the thing that you're actually wanting. Okay? Now, this doesn't mean that you give up your intention to create. It doesn't mean that you give up your desire for that thing that you want. It means that you give up your attachment to the results. Now, this is a very, very powerful thing, but it is not a very, very easy thing to do. It is quite difficult because we want what we want. And we've always been conditioned to, if you want it, you got to go get it. You got to make it happen. If you don't make it happen, it's not going to happen. And that's just not true. We run around and we spend so much of our energy trying to make it happen. And last week we talked about, well, not last week, but a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the law of least effort, where it talks about, no, all we have to do is give it to the universe, ride that ebb and flow, and everything that we need will make its way to us, right? So that was that spiritual law, but it kind of tied in with this one. So going to keep it moving here. So the desire is where you want to place your energy, right? Not on the fulfillment of that desire. Because once you cross over to the fulfillment of the desire, you're way out of your league. That's not where you're supposed to be. That's God's business. Get back in your lane. Get back in your lane where you can focus on the desire so that those space-time events can take place in the universe and then bring you back those things that you desire, that thing that you're actually wanting to be fulfilled, okay? Now, you still have intuition, one pointed intention, one pointed desire, but you relinquish the attachment to the results. And the moment you relinquish your attachment to the results, combining one pointed intention with detachment at the same time, you will have that thing that you are desiring. Now, according to Deepak, the source of wealth and abundance of anything in the world is the self. We are the source of our abundance. We just have to know that everything that we need, we have access to from within ourselves, not from the things that are the material things that are temporal around us. Because everything that is material is going to deteriorate. It's going to get old. It's going to, it's going to fade away. So you don't want to build your life on things that are going to fade away. Okay. Like, say, for instance, houses and bank notes and clothes and airplanes. These are all just symbols of who we are. We don't want to attach ourselves to the symbols of who we are, because the symbols are transitory. They come and go. Chasing symbols is like settling for the paper map instead of settling for the land itself. You know what I mean? Wow, Deepak, did you have to put it like that? When you put it like that, it just sounds so ludicrous to attach ourselves to these physical symbols and to chase these symbols. Because, like I said, they are going to deteriorate. They're going to leave you feeling hollow. They're going to leave you feeling empty inside, because you cannot exchange yourself for the symbols of yourself. Whoa. Wow, that was heavy, Deepak. I tell you what, I'm really loving this series. And it is coming at such a great time in my life where I'm having all kinds of wonderful things manifesting in my life. But I'm so sure that if I stay on this side of the equation, everything that I'm hoping for, everything that I desire is going to end up coming my way, because I am staying out of God's business. That's the reason why I'm giving all my trust, all my faith to the process, all my trust and faith to God, to the universe, to bring my highest good back to me. See, when I get so attached to the outcome, to the result, I become very rigid in my thinking. I become very rigid in my behavior, and I will miss something because I'm so fixed on getting that thing that I want. There's no fluidity. There's no natural ebb and flow. And so everything that I'm thinking is calculated. And so where can the spontaneity of this creation come in? It can't, because my mind is just so rigid and so fixed on that outcome. That's not where you want to be. That's definitely not where you want to be. So I want to tell you now, attachment comes from poverty consciousness. I'm not going to get any more. I want it so bad. If I don't hold on to it, it's going to leave me. That's a fear mentality. You do not want to live your life based in fear, because fear will have you acting in ways that are unnatural, have you doing things based on situations that haven't even occurred yet, trying to stop something from occurring, and then end up making it happen just because you were in the wrong place at the wrong time, or you zigged when you should have zagged, you were out of the ebb and flow, all because you were trying to run things yourself. We can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm really grateful to understand what Deepak is talking about. So let's keep going, okay? Now, it says here, without detachment, now we're talking about the law of detachment here, the spiritual law of detachment, and how important it is. Listen to this. Deepak warns us here. He says, without detachment, we are prisoners of helplessness, hopelessness, mundane needs, trivial concerns, quiet desperation, and seriousness. These are all the distinctive features of everyday mediocrity and existence of poverty consciousness. Oh my God, how sad to walk around living like this. How sad to know that as long as I am attached to something, all I'm doing is just creating more and more and more of what I've already had. Oh my goodness. Wow. It says here that people are always searching for security, but even attachment to money is a sign of insecurity. And the reason why? is you will find that seeking security is actually a very ephemeral thing, which means that it is fleeting. It's not a lasting thing. Okay. You might say to yourself, listen, have you ever said, oh, when I get $1 million in the bank, that's when I'm going to retire. I'm going to move to an island. I'm going to live my best life. Well, guess what? You say to yourself, I'm going to be secure and then I'll be financially independent and all that. And it doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. You start seeking and start searching for that security. And the need for security is based on not knowing your true self. Ooh. Because see, when I know my true self and I know the spiritual being that I am, I can be secure in that. I can be secure in the universe. I can be secure knowing that I am connected to the God of the universe. And that's all the security I need. Because everything that I need comes from God. Every good and perfect gift comes from God. And so as long as I am attached to the outcome, I'm not going to get there. All right, so let's keep moving. Now, attachment to money will always create insecurity no matter how much money you have in the bank. In fact, some of the people who have the most money are the most insecure, according to Deepak. I mean, I wouldn't know because I don't know a lot of people who have a whole lot of money. I know some people who have some money, but they don't seem to be insecure. But I don't know. Deepak is the genius here. He is the guru. So let's listen to what he has to say. He says to be grounded in this experience, right? This is the experience where you let go of trying to secure things. This is where you let go of always needing to be certain about something. Because see, my mind is so small in its conception of opportunities. See, I'm the kind of person, I know how important it is to have more than one perspective when I make my decisions. So I don't make my decisions alone. There are 2 or 3 people that I contact and I say, hey, this is what I'm thinking about. Help me walk through this. Help me think through this. And they help me think through it so that I can make the best possible decision there is. But see, if I am not reaching out, if I'm not opening myself up to the infinite possibilities that are out there, then the decision that I'm making is from a single perspective, from a single vantage point. How limited is that? I don't want to be limited in my thought processes. I don't want to be limited in my possibilities, especially when there are infinite possibilities out there. See, from point A to point B, there are infinite possibilities. But if I don't reach out for them, then I'm left with just one solution. And it might not always be the best solution. So I'm here to tell you, open your mind up. Open your mind up to what is possible. You don't have to know all the answers. You don't have to know the exact plan from A to B, because when you do that, you limit what is possible. I can't stress that enough. I can't stress that enough. And so what we want to do is we want to let go of the results, let go and tap into that field of possibilities. That field of possibilities is filled with infinite wisdom, the infinite wisdom that knows exactly what to bring to us, exactly when to bring it. We just have to know how to trust. We have to be able to trust the universe. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean you can't trust it. When you start opening yourself up to allowing yourself to trust the unknown, because that's where the field of possibilities is. See, when you're operating in the known, all you're doing is regurgitating more of that old thought process, more of those conditioned behaviors that got you where you are in the first place, especially if you're not where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So what we're trying to help you understand here, Deepak and I, mainly Deepak, is that if you open yourself up to the field of possibilities, you have endless opportunities to receive that which is your highest good. Because see, the universe doesn't play favorites, and the universe doesn't work on your ego. The universe and God are going to give you what you need, not what you want. And so when our minds go out there and we're trying to make things happen, it's all about what we want, not about what we need. It's a total opposite. And so it's not realistic to always get what you want. You must get what your highest good is, and that is what you need. So as we continue to move forward, let's see here. Ooh, the search for security is an illusion, Deepak says. He says in Vedic wisdom, which is ancient Indian wisdom, the answer to the whole search is what is called the wisdom of insecurity or the wisdom of uncertainty. And that is, he says here, this search for security is actually an attachment to the known. And what's the known? The known is our past. It's just a prison of past conditioning, like I was just saying. There's no evolution there. And absolutely, whenever there is no evolution, things become stagnant. Entropy, which means they deteriorate over time. They become a state of disorder or decay. And this is all because you're attached to the outcome. You have to know when you are so attached to the outcome, there's no new breath that can be breathed into that situation. There's no new energy that's going to flow through that situation. So when you let go of that, you allow the solution to come from the universe, not from you. Wow. Oh my God. Oh, that was just so incredible. That was just so incredible. So you allow the solutions to come from the universe, which is where the infinite possibilities are, not from you, where the finite, minute, minimized, limited ideas that we have. We no longer have to work from those. We can now invite the energy from the universe in to give us all the other possibilities. And sometimes these possibilities are going to come through workshops. They're going to come through talking to your coach. Yes, that's why you can call me at 317-721-4315, or you can email me at b.vonsquires@gmail.com, so we can talk about all these ways that the universe can get involved in your situation. I know there's so many things that you haven't considered, but I'm here to help you and help you navigate through all of this so it makes more sense, okay? Just keep watching, and we're going to get to how you can learn how to apply this law of detachment to your life. That's coming up next, okay? All right, so what Deepak is trying to warn us, there we go. When you get attached, you freeze your desire from the natural ebb and flow of the universe, which interferes with the whole process of creation. Then he goes on to say, when you allow the universe to come in and bring the solutions for your highest good, you're likely to stop forcing solutions and problems, which enables you to stay alert to the actual possibilities and opportunities. That's the whole process of evolution. You don't force the solutions, okay? When you force a solution to a problem, you're only really creating more problems. And of course, we don't want to do that. But when you put your intention, or attention with an A, on the uncertainty, and you witness this uncertainty while you are expectantly waiting. Oh, I love this. So you're witnessing this whole situation while you're expectantly waiting for the solution to emerge. That means that you are in a heightened state of alertness. That means that your spirit is in a heightened state of alertness, connected to the universe, waiting for God to give you the solution. That is a wonderful place to be, because you're not searching, you're not exerting your energy in places that it can't do you any good. You're connected to the higher power. You're connected to the universe, mainly through your meditation and through your prayers. And that's where you're going to get the information that you need in your quiet time, in those private times, okay? Now, here is what I'm going to tell you now about how to put the law of detachment in effect in your life. Okay, there are 3 major ways here. So listen up. Here we go. All right. So, number 1, I will commit myself to detachment. I will allow myself and those around me the freedom to be as they are. I don't have to fix it. I don't have to control it. Everybody can run their own lives. They don't need me to tell them what to do, right? I will not rigidly impose my idea of how things should be on another individual, or even on myself for that matter. I will not force solutions on problems, thereby creating new problems. I will participate in everything I will participate in everything with detached involvement. That means that I'm actively involved, but I am detached from the actual results or the actual objective. We talked about this with Stephen Covey in Synergy um, a few series before. So that kind of came up in my mind too. Now, number two, I will factor in uncertainty as an essential ingredient of my experience and willingness to accept uncertainties. Solutions with spontaneity emerge out of the problem, out of the confusion and disorder and chaos. Okay. Now, the more things seem uncertain, the more I know I am on the right track, because uncertainty is my path to freedom. Through the wisdom of insecurity, I will find security. It's like a paradigm shift. It's almost like a paradox. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for, a paradox. It's almost like the opposite. If you let go of trying to find security, then you will find security. See? Number three, I will step into the field of all possibilities and anticipate the excitement that can occur when I remain open to an infinity of choices. Now we know the field of all possibilities is where we are when we are detached from the results, and we are expectantly waiting in a heightened sense of of a heightened sense of awareness. This is when we're connected to our spirit, our higher power, the universe, and this is the field of all possibilities, where we are detaching ourselves so that we get all of the infinite possibilities that are available to us, and not the single possibility when we rigidly attach our minds to the outcome. Okay. Now, it says here, when I step into the field of all possibilities, I will experience all the fun, adventure, and mystery of life. Wow, isn't that awesome? That's the promise right there. It's when you can let go of trying to fix, manage, control, make it happen, controlling every step. How exhausting is that? When do you have time to live? Right? Deepak is saying, let go of all of that and just go out there and live, have fun, be adventurous, allow things to come to you naturally without having to dictate every little thing that happens in your life, because that is the rigid mindset that attaches itself and just kind of relinquishes all of the possibilities that were actually available to you. So I hope this helped you in some way. I hope this helped you understand how not to attach yourself and why not to attach yourself to the outcomes. And then it gives you some wonderful possibilities that have a new life, new adventure, just fresh new energy coming into your life. You no longer have to be a prisoner to your old ideas, your old beliefs, your old behavior. There's no way that you can ever be a prisoner to that, as long as you are letting go of the outcome and inviting the universe in with all of its infinite possibilities. Thank you so much for allowing me to bring this message to you. I'm very excited about it. As a matter of fact, there's something that I have manifested in my life, and this particular law is something that I have been practicing over the last few days as I remain on the side of desire and not on the side of fulfillment of the desire. It's not an easy place to do. I have been wanting to obsess about it, and every time I go to try to obsess about this one thing, I have to revert my attention to something else so that I do not limit the possibilities that God has for my life. But anyway, guys, if you want to learn more about that, you know how to reach me. I'm your coach, Bvon Squires, and I'm so happy to be here tonight, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. But in the meantime, yes, in the meantime, I'm going to pray and ask God to bless you so richly, bless you so good. And I know if you are practicing any of these spiritual laws in your life, I know you already have found some peace. I know you have already sensed something new, something different in your spirit. Why don't you drop me a line and tell me all about it? You can email me at b.bvon bvonsquires@gmail.com. Email me. You can, in the subject line, put Willingness Wednesday so I know it's from you, and I will quickly read that and get back to you. Okay, guys, thank you again so much for allowing me to be your coach. I look forward to seeing you next week right here on Willingness Wednesday at 7:15 p.m. I'll be here, and I hope to see you too. All right, bye-bye. Please.